There you go. The sound of bells ringing out across the countryside on it. What a bright, sunny morning at the weekend is one you'll hear actually across Oxfordshire, but not in Longworth, because the bells haven't rung there since 1922. But one woman is on a mission to change all that. Valia Batat, Longworth Bell Restoration Project Manager. And she's here now with us. Hello.
Good afternoon, Nick. Nice to speak to you.
That is a fantastic job title, I think. Longworth Bell Restoration Project Manager. Tell us the story of the bells of Longworth, if you will, then.
Well, I have to say we're really determined to get them restored. The bells haven't been rung since 1922. Very sad story. They're actually, if I just paint you a picture of what it looks like up there, there's a timber frame up there, massive oak timbers going back to 1662, contemporary with the oldest bells there. There are 5 bells up there, plus an empty pit for a 6th bell. It's all completely derelict, and they haven't been rung since 1922. The last tower foreman was actually killed in the war on the 22nd of December 1916, almost 100 years ago to the day. And when he was killed, and when the rest of the ringers came back, I think there was no will to continue with the bells in the derelict state that they were in at that time. And it's just very sad. They've sat like that ever since.
Right, so what makes you so passionate about this project, then?
Well, I've always loved the sound of bells, and life passes you by and you think, I just haven't got time to learn. And then 5 years ago I met a very great friend who sadly has now passed away. His name was Dennis Leslie. He came from London originally with his twin brother Norman. They were evacuated during the war when they were 9 to my village, Hinton Waldrist, which is the neighbouring village to Longworth. I think it was in their early 20s they started learning to ring bells, and they became great friends with Frank White from Whites of Appleton, who are the probably could be described as Britain's oldest and most famous bell hanging family, and they learned to ring. And Dennis was greatly passionate about his bells, and he was a great technician and teacher, and he taught me 5 years ago, and I've always absolutely loved the bells, and when I lost him, I lost a great friend and a great teacher, but I've wanted to keep on in his memory, and I've wanted to do the one thing that he would have loved to have done, which was to have got these bells restored and ringing again for the community. Absolutely wonderful.
And now it's all about raising money, isn't it? And you're taking part in the London Big Bell Day. I'm pretty sure that does what it says on the tin. But what will be happening?
It's the most amazing day. One of the challenges of doing a restoration project like this, when the bells haven't been rung for such a long time, is the fact that nobody in the community has a connection with the bells. They've never heard them ring, they've never seen them, they've just been shut away. So myself and my team of ringers from the locality, we've put on several events designed to sort of increase people's knowledge and connection to bells and bell ringing in this area. And I was thinking of something different to do. And I just thought, well, if I want to show them bells, I may as well show them some of the biggest bells they'll ever see, some of the most famous bells they'll ever see. And I leant very hard on the ringing community in London, and I pulled lots of strings, and I said, please, can you help us? And they said, absolutely, delighted. So we've got the most fantastic day lined up. Whitechapel Bell Foundry, the oldest bell foundry in the world, has given us an enormous quantity of tickets on one day, which, if you know the history of that, you don't get an enormous quantity of tickets without sort of booking a year ahead. But we have all the tickets for one day, 2 tours. Then we're going up to St Paul's, and we're not only going up into the ringing chamber where the ringers ring, and we'll look at peel boards that are dedicated to, previous monarchs and all sorts of things up there.
Wow.
We will then go up into the belfry. I've done this, it's amazing. Up into the belfry, to the bells. They will be ringing the bells for us. We will actually see them ringing, standing right next to them. And if I tell you that the tenor there, the biggest, heaviest bell, is the 3rd heaviest full circle ringing bell in the world, and I've stood up there and looked down into the mouth of this bell. It is absolutely stunning.
Tell me how people can get tickets, by the way, Valia, because it sounds brilliant. Yeah, you just... You've sold it to me.
One other thing is we're going up to see the Great Bell of Bow, the one, turn again Whittington, Lord Mayor of London.
I've got you, yeah.
the Cockney Bell. So we're going up there too.
All right, tickets. Come on.
Tickets through your website. Longworth Festival of Bells at hotmail.com is my email address for booking tickets, but I believe your website will carry all the details plus my telephone number for booking tickets.
Fantastic. Listen, will you come in and tell us next week how it all went?
I will do. I will just say one thing. There is an Oxford pickup now. We are picking up in Longworth and Oxford, so there's no excuse to not come because it's going to be an amazing day.
All right, Valia, thank you very much indeed. If you're interested in finding out more about the Longworth Bells project or joining the London Big Bell Day this weekend, then give us a call here. We'll give you all the contact information you need on 03459 311 111.